Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds, hanging out. This nerd.
Nerdarchy Ted.
And for us, it's that time of year. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. We are celebrating some stuff too, so we like to put out videos in that vein. What do you think we're talking about here? We're going to start this video by thanking our sponsor, Easy Roller Dice. Whether it's your first set of dice or your 1 millionth set of dice, Easy Roller Dice for all your dice rolling needs. Down in the description below, you can find a link to easyrollerdice.com/nerdarchy, as well as a one-time coupon code for a whopping 20% off. Go grab some Easy Roller Dice.
All right, so our silly hats are here for a reason. So today,
as are our elves.
As are our invading elves into the Easy Roller Dice. So today we're going to talk about Santa's elves.
We're going to do a character build for Santa's elves. We're building this mofo out. That's right. You want to play a Santa's elf in your game? We're going to tell you how to do it.
All right. Well, first and foremost, they're not elves.
Are you sure? Like, it's right in the name.
It says it in the name, but if you look at them, they're not elves. Like, they might have pointy ears and they might, run around and stuff, but they're way too short.
Are you thinking goblins?
I'm thinking gnome.
Ooh, what kind of gnome?
So if we go with gnome, you got a couple different options. They're very good with animals, but yet they make stuff. So like I'm looking at rock gnomes because they tinker.
Oh, I'm thinking of something that we didn't even discuss before this video, but it's coming to my brain now.
Oh.
What if there's two different casts of Santa's helper elves? We could use forest gnome and rock gnome, obviously. So you might get two character builds here.
Uh-oh.
So we'll start with our Santa's elves, the helper, as we think of him, the guy in the workshop.
The guy in the workshop.
So he's not an elf at all. Fold that. He's actually a rock gnome or a tinker gnome, if you would.
Depending upon how you want to call it.
But, I mean, they get proficiency with tinker tools. They actually make toys. I guess you're right.
It's easy. It's a no-brainer. They got it.
Where are we going to go from there? We're going to need a background.
We're gonna need a background. We're gonna need a class.
And we already got the race.
We already have the race.
So this one's pretty clear, cut and dry when it comes to the background.
They're gonna be guild artisans. They're in a trade already. Whether it's forced or not, we don't really know.
Well, that's why they have to pay their dues from the special feature for the artisan background, right? So they can have their elf barristers defend them when they need to, when Santa's getting a little out of hand.
So, they're going to get, the access to the different tools, and it's going to give them the ability to move from different location to location. Oh, I'm going to make toys, or I'm going to make stuffed animals, or I'm going to make this other thing.
Clothes, socks, and underwear. You've been demoted. We're putting you in charge of the socks and underwear. Every kid everywhere is going to hate you.
All right, so if we've got, race, we've got background, what are we thinking for class?
All right, well, for class, I think we're going to have to go outside of the Players Handbook, and I think we have to go with Artificer.
Now, Artificer is going to give them, a lot of nifty options and things. It's going to, of course, give them more tools. It's going to have them to be able to make the toys that move. Totally fits within the theme of building this out.
And no Santa's elf will be complete without a thunder cannon.
All right, so a thunder cannon. I don't know exactly how that's entirely useful for a Santa's elf, but
it's just like a noisemaker, only louder.
It's like does the same damage as a greatsword. I don't think that's just a noisemaker, dude.
Or I guess you could go with the alchemy bag and make them alchemists, and maybe they're making glow sticks and
Play-Doh, man.
Play-Doh, exploding pies, maybe chemistry sets. So
I think alchemist is probably going to be a better fit here.
And you get another tool doing that, so that pretty much works. So that's going to sum up them, and their intelligence is going to be their highest stat. Their second highest stat, I would actually put charisma because they're cute little elves.
I would agree with that one.
Listen, as gnomes, they've been able to pass themselves off as elves for a very long time. That's going to take a good charisma.
That's going to take some deception.
Yeah. Now, they might have a low wisdom because look at their job and the working conditions. They kind of got bamboozled a little bit there, so that might speak to that.
So wisdom is their dump stat.
And then strength, and then Dex would be their next highest, and Constitution.
Yeah, I would say that would definitely work. I mean, they have to have a decent Dex because they're
nimble at making things.
Well, I was going into like they're pretending to be elves, and elves are considered dexterous.
The whole facade. Gotcha. Okay, so now the other thought was, well, we have forest gnomes, and there are some things about them that kind of speaks to Santa's helper as well, and that is their ability to communicate with small woodland creatures. And, even the illusion magic to a certain extent kind of speaks to that playfulness. Here's what I was kind of thinking, right? Now, they can only speak to small woodland creatures, but that's...
we can hand wave that.
Well, we can, or, we're going to need other things anyway, but it speaks to, like, their affinity to animals and woodland creatures in general. So, Santa Claus is known for something else other than just toys. Is this sled is pulled around by 8 reindeer.
Yep.
So either Santa Claus is a beastmaster, or or maybe he's got a retinue of really highly trained beastmasters working for him. That are really good at animal husbandry. So I'm thinking like maybe some of the elves are forest gnomes instead. And their background is a little bit different.
All right, so we have forest gnomes. So Race has figured out. What are we thinking for a background on these guys?
So for these guys, like they might be like outlanders because they're outside, they're outdoorsy, they're chilling with the animals.
You're not thinking hermit?
Well, no, because they wouldn't be really good hermits because there's probably more than one, and they live at the compound at the North Pole, so they're a little too socialized.
All right, so I'm not feeling the Outlander. To me, that bespeaks traveling, but there's nothing that really really fit.
We need a medic background or doctor background. Maybe even it's a variant on guild artisan, right? And instead of working with people, they work with animals.
So like an animal husbandry or animal trainer.
Yeah, that's just going off the Players Handbook. I don't know if in the Skag, maybe there might be something better suited. Sword Coast Adventure Guide for those that follow. And we'd look at Ted's, but someone absconded with it.
It did indeed. So, like, what if we did a crazy variant? It's not an option under Entertainer, but what about like an animal trainer under that? Oh,
that's very interesting. On Nerdarchy.com, we actually did do an animal trainer background. So, perhaps we could use that.
I think that would work the best.
I will put a link to that article in the description.
From years ago.
So it'll be so we're looking at a forest gnome, animal trainer, and he's got to be like I think they're either going to be a druid or a ranger.
That's where I was going, and I was going to say that they're probably a mix.
Well, I think it could be all druid, like Circle of the Land.
No, like because there's multiple.
Oh yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like you could go either, not that each one has both.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so there's a combination filling out this like caste system, this hidden caste system amongst the North Pole that we never knew about that we just created. Santa's elves are gnomes, and actually there are some forest gnomes, there are some rock gnomes. The vast majority is going to be of the rock gnome type in order to get other stuff. But Santa's got to keep those reindeer going, so he's going to need someone to take care of them. And my guess is he's not really doing the work himself. So it gets delegated to some of the
he's got to make all those appearances all around the world.
Well, that's true, busy guy. So I don't know, guys. What do you think? Let us know. Did we hit the reindeer on the nose with this one or not? There's a place for that. That is down in the comments below. While you're at it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
While you're down there, don't forget to check out the description and get that link to easyrollerdice.com/nerdarchy and use that promo code.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.